Greetings, YouTube. I got a message a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to start out this video by sneezing. Apparently, I am allergic to the forums. I got a message a couple weeks ago saying that the Black Widow Clairvoyant fight had been nerfed against the Act 6.2.6 champion boss. And the person was really upset about it, and they asked me to do a video on it. Now, just a little context with the ups and downs of my channel throughout the last almost 3 years. When I've made arguably the biggest mistakes on my channel, and I really do believe in life, it's important to admit when you make mistakes, because that's where you learn the most, is when I've rushed to put out somebody's opinion and claim it as, irrefutable fact. And sometimes the fact is just flat out fiction. It's not true. Or it's sort of like partial fact, but there's another side of the argument that's missing from the perspective that I put out. And I hate making those videos. And so I have promised you, the community, and myself, to be honest, that when somebody comes to my door, so to speak, claiming that something's been bugged or nerfed, that I'm going to do my best to do a pause, and instead of trying to be first, I'm going to try to be as right as possible. That's also, a great goal for journalism, and I teach journalists, so you got to practice what you preach. So, it's been a couple weeks since that happened, but today on my channel, on my live stream, for Across the Pond viewers, I was discussing with my mods and my subscribers about this, and Steve, one of my awesome mods, pointed out that this has been officially confirmed in the past week, I guess, maybe less than that, because here's the deal. We know that 626 has been around for a good while now, months and months and months. And so those of you who have Black Widow Clairvoyant and who have enough skill plus units, whatever, have 100% taken down the champion boss using this or, say, Morningstar. But he'd been trying to get the champion down for a little while now and had been throwing revives to fight with Black Widow Clairvoyant. However, whenever he throws her special 2 in the Plague of Blood phase, which is her traditional healing mechanic, her lifesteal, she doesn't lifesteal anything. I know she's supposed to regen based on damage dealt and that the champion is indestructible, but in the videos I've watched on this matchup, she regens as if she's dealing the damage. I've wasted about 4 revives trying to regen to no avail, so I want to know if this problem is happening for anyone else. So, to put it bluntly, there are videos on YouTube showing how great Black Widow Clairvoyant is with the life steal, with the regeneration as part of the video, because from what I've been told, that got over to Kabam, and Kabam realized that they were losing money on that fight because the more that Black Widow Clairvoyant regened, the less revives, potions, whatever they had to use because it was easier to beat the champion. So, we have this post. It was a bug that was fixed in the most recent update. And then, hey there, as mentioned above, there was a bug where she was able to heal with her special 2, even when it dealt no damage. This was resolved in the most recent update. So this has been fixed since patch 26.0, but it's raised the question that I posed to my subscribers in the live stream, and I got a slew of messages. Because, of course, there are people who are saying, well, I'm glad that they fixed it because it's a bug, and bugs should be fixed. That's like the pro-Kabam argument. But the counter-argument is it was a bug that people exploited and got an unfair advantage of, and before they patched it, there were people who got to 100% complete the fight with that champion, and so they should have left the bug in place for it to be fair, especially for free-to-play players who can't clear content nearly as fast as quote-unquote whales. So those are the two arguments. Those are the two sides of the coin. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you what's right and what's wrong. I'm just telling you those are the two sides of the argument. And it appears that this, has been an issue for certain people, but at the same time, I'm sure even with the bug, quote-unquote, being patched, you can still get the champion down with Black Widow Clairvoyant. It's just there's a lot less margin for error because you can't lifesteal. However, I still think that the discussion about this is kind of the familiar pattern we have seen in the community, which is if there is a quote-unquote pro player bug that costs Kabam money, they're going to either do an emergency maintenance to patch it, or at least they're going to patch it pretty fast in the next quote-unquote patch update. And if it's a pro Kabam bug, like say hitting into a block and having that defender fire off a special, something that Kabam has acknowledged wasn't the original intention of the fight mechanics, but it's been around for, at least on my side of the game, over a year now, and they still haven't patched it. That's where the frustration ultimately lies. It's not even in this specific situation. It's just that if it's something that benefits the player, especially the free-to-play community, they're going to patch it pretty fast, if not immediately. And if it's something that benefits Kabam, even if it's BS and really shouldn't be in there, they're not going to patch it ever, or at least take over a year as what's happening now. So that's kind of both sides of the same issue. It's nice to have a forum post and not just like patch notes or unconfirmed data. And so that's why I did this video on April 21st and not even April 14th, or for that matter, not on April 5th. I think it's important to take a deep breath, hear from both sides, and kind of see what the community is talking about. So I would love to hear your thoughts, because I know there are going to be people who disagree in the comments below. Thank you to Steve and everybody else who sent me feedback on this. It's just an important discussion to have going forward, because it does follow a pattern of behavior and events we've seen for years now in the game, and that's a historic precedent, if you will. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, YouTube. Thanks, as always, for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your week, and keep in mind, my week will be concluding on Sunday, once again, with not fighting in the arena, as I always like to do on the live stream, but jumping into the abyss and seeing how many hundreds of revives it takes me. If you like to watch people get wrecked, you'll want to tune in.